Hello everyone, my name is Travis Baker and I'm here with Heidi Summer, and today we're going to show you how to add, update, and delete events from the Salt Lake City Family History Center calendar. Next slide. We'll give you all the resources and information that you need in order to accomplish these tasks. Here's a brief overview of how our presentation will be organized. Next slide.
Family Search hosts the Salt Lake City Family History Center's schedule on their website. These classes teach people how to find family histories, find people on their family tree, and also teaches them a little bit about the culture of ancestors during different time periods. This schedule is edited and maintained by the senior missionaries at the Family History Center. This schedule was developed several months ago in order to allow more flexibility for the senior couples who work there. Next slide.
Here's a brief list of the materials that you need. First of all, you'll need credentials, which include a username and a password. If you do not have a username and password to access the WordPress site where you'll add, update, and delete events, then you'll need to contact the Family Search campaign team and they will help you out. The second thing that you need is a computer with internet access. This will allow you to access the website where you'll add, update, and delete these events. The last thing you'll need in order to add events is a list of events to add. What you'll need for these events is the date, the time, the length, the title of the event, and the location of the event as well. Next slide.
Here's an overview of how to add an event. We're going to be demoing it shortly. So the first step we'll be taking is to navigate to the calendar itself. Then we'll be clicking Add an Event. We'll be filling out the event, and then we'll save it. So let me show you a demo of that by sharing my screen. When you first log in, this is the page you're going to land on. There's multiple projects that the campaign team is working on right now. You'll be wanting to click on the one that says FHL Calendar. Once you land on this page, you'll click on FHL Calendar. If someone is currently working on the project, it will show you this screen which says that the content is currently locked. You'll want to click Take Over so that you can edit the page. It will show you the first 5 events. If you're adding a lot of events, you'll want to see more events than this. So eventually you'll want to be clicking on all, but due to a glitch on WordPress, we'll be clicking 15, and then we'll be going back and clicking all. Once you can see all of the events, you'll scroll to the top, and there's a button called Add New FHL Calendar Event. Click on that, and it will add an empty event at the top. This first field is for internal use, and so it doesn't really matter what you put in that field. Next, you'll want to enter the date of your event and the name of your event. What skill level it is, the location of your class, what time the event starts at, and how long the event will go for. Then you'll click Save. The moment you click Save, you'll want to go over to the actual calendar on Family Search to make sure it shows up correctly. When you click Save, it will go live immediately. And then if any of the fields were entered incorrectly, it will cause the whole calendar to not show up correctly. So you'll want to navigate on the side to check to see your event that it showed up correctly. Next slide.
Like Heidi said, if some of these fields were not input correctly, the whole calendar will fail to appear. And so we're going to go over a few of the different fields that need a correct format. The first one is the event date. The format that it needs to have is the full month spelled out. For December, it would be DECEMBER, the full month, and then a space, and then the day of the month, and then a comma, and then another space, and then the full year. For the event start time, it needs to be put in military time. So if the event is after noon, then you'll take 12 and then add the time of the event. So for example, if your event is at 2, you'll take 12 plus 2, which is 14, and you'll input 14:00. For event time length, you'll input the full hour and then the decimal for the minutes. So for example, if your event is 1 hour and 15 minutes, you'll input 1.25 because 15 minutes is 0.25 of an hour. And like Heidi said, if any of these fields are input incorrectly, then the whole calendar will fail to appear. Next slide.
Here's an overview of how to edit an event. You'll be making a change in one of the fields, and then you'll click Save. So to demo that really quick. So say we decided we wanted the event to start at 1 o'clock instead. We can change that. And say we wanted it to start at 2 o'clock, or for 2 hours instead of 1.5 hours. We could change that as well. And then we'll click Save. And then again, we'll come back over to the library, class schedule on Family Search, and make sure that it showed up correctly. Next slide.
To delete an event, you'll get to that events list page, and then on the right-hand side of the event will be a button that says Delete. You'll click the Delete button, and then there will be a pop-up that appears confirming if you want to delete the event or not, and you'll click OK. Now we'll give a brief demonstration of this. So the first thing is to navigate to the events page, like Heidi showed you how to do earlier. Next, you'll want to find the event that you want to delete. So I'll delete Heidi's event that she just created by clicking the Delete button on the right-hand side of the event. And it's going to ask me if I'm sure, and I'll click OK. And that is how to delete an event. Next slide. So we've shown you how to add, update, and delete events from the Salt Lake City Family History Center library class schedule. Like Heidi mentioned earlier, this does appear on FamilySearch.org. So any events that you create, update, or delete, you'll want to make sure that it's exactly how you want it to be, or else it will appear on a live website. And lastly, if you've created and updated an event and it doesn't appear correctly, or the calendar doesn't appear at all, you'll want to make sure that you input the event date, event start time, and event time length fields correctly. And that is our presentation. Thank you for watching. Bye.